Well, good morning everybody. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about something that's very important for all beginner photographers. And that is why you should not choose a niche in photography, especially when you're starting out and trying to learn photography. Well, about that niche thing in photography, I don't know if you guys can hear me. It's a bit windy. I'm trying to shelter myself here. The point is, when you are starting out, you should not pick a niche. I'm sharing this not as a professional photographer, because I'm not. Far from that. I'm just a guy who does photography for 15 years, in and out. And I've learned sometimes the hard way that you should not pick just one genre of photography when you are starting out, when you are trying to learn. Because you are limiting yourself. You are growing in just one direction and you are not learning other skills that could be very important for you as you start and you try to learn, you try to be better in photography. Yeah, when you take your first steps in photography, it's normal that you go online to search for the best tips and tricks or the best advices to improve your photography. Like those take better photos 10 times faster. The usual clickbait on YouTube, you know what I mean.
I don't think so. No, 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 no.
And if you search for things like how to improve your photography or how to find your style, that's the one, how to find your style, you'll always get this answer. You have to pick a niche. You have to specialize in just one genre of, just one type of photography. And that could be a trap for beginners. They tell you to choose between street photography, landscape photography, macro, portrait, documentary, whatever. But that sure can be good for someone who has a good technical knowledge and is trying to become a professional. Yeah, sure. But for the beginners, I don't think so. And I'll explain you why.
I don't think so. No, 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 no.
Yeah, sorry for making the video inside the car today. It's the wind and I forgot my wireless mic. I left it at home. Where was I? Oh yeah. Why choosing a niche too early can limit you in your photography. Well, when you focus on just one genre without exploring the others first, you are basically learning to see the world through only one type of lens, both literally and metaphorically. For example, if you only shoot landscapes, and you may never learn to photograph people or handle artificial light. If you only shoot portraits, you might never understand natural light at different times of day, or how to compose a white scene, for example. If you only shoot a street, you may get great at capturing spontaneous moments, but weak in control lighting. The problem is simple. You're growing in only one direction, not in several directions. Photography is a complete language, and each genre teaches different skills. Street is all about timing and storytelling. Portrait is about lighting, directing people, expression. Landscapes are about patience, reading the light, good composition skills, you know. Macro is all about detail and precision. Architecture is geometry, lines, structure, and documentary is narrative and observation. When you experiment with all of these, your photographic mind expands and gains vocabulary and culture, and you start seeing the world with more sensitivity, intention, and creativity, you know? And you know what the best part is in this experimenting thing? Is that you don't even need expensive gear to experiment with different genres of photography, or most of them, you know? It's an excuse that all beginners have is, oh, I don't have the gear for that. You can do almost anything with cheap gear, or even with a smartphone. Even with a smartphone, you can do it. For example, street photography. It's perfect with a phone because it's discreet and it's quick. You can take an image really fast. Portrait, window light, and any basic camera or a smartphone, you can practice. Landscape, any camera works. Even phone cameras with the manual settings. Yeah, gotta have manual settings. It's the best. Macro, again, a smartphone. All the smartphones have macro lenses, dedicated lenses. Not the best, but yeah, it's good for practice. Architecture, the same. Smartphones have very wide lenses. You can do it. You can practice. Documentary, again, a smartphone is very fast. You take it out of your pocket and you shoot the moment you capture that moment, you know. So you get it, right? Lack of gear is not an excuse to start practicing and to explore various types of photography. You can even buy cheap used gear, very good, for less money than a smartphone. So there's no excuse to not practice, okay? So with time, as you experiment with different genres, something interesting happens. You start to understand what truly attracts you. Maybe you discover you love photographing people, so you go for portraits. Maybe you love silence and nature. That's landscapes. Maybe you like movement and unpredictable moments, so you're good for the street. Or maybe you're fascinated about real stories, so you do documentary. And it's only then, once you've built a strong technical foundation, when you understand light, composition, color, storytelling, and after going through some frustration and those great small victories, then choosing a niche finally makes sense. Choosing wisely, without pressure, and knowing what really makes you happy. So, in conclusion, if you're just starting out and you feel that pressure to choose one style right away, just relax. Grab your camera, go and shoot whatever is in front of you. Explore. Make mistakes, learn. Shoot portraits, shoot street, shoot landscape, shoot macro, everything. Your style won't show up because you search for it. It appears because you live photography. And above all, don't lock yourself into a niche before your photographic eye knows what it wants to say. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, leave a comment, sharing what genres of photography you prefer and you have tried so far, and subscribe for more photography content. Till next time, happy shooting.